come out here to New Orleans with these brothers to hold camp, confirm their souls in faith, and ultimately confirm their souls to have them to continue in the faith and through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of God. Right. Can the brother pull Acts chapter 14 and 22 real fast?
The book of Acts chapter 14 and verse number 22.
Bring it out.
And it reads, confirming the souls of the disciples.
Read that again.
Confirming the souls of the disciples.
The Lord said,
confirming the souls of the disciples.
So it's a blessing to be able to travel city to city across the United States of America to confirm the souls of the disciples. You have many full disciples across the globe, and to be able to establish or confirm a brother and exhort them to continue into the faith is a beautiful job, because we all we got in these last days.
Right.
If we don't encourage and exhort each other, hey, brothers could faint, right? Brothers could fall out, brothers could lose the spirit. So you want to be able to have set up men to go city to city, evangelize, and exhort the disciples to continue in the faith. Read on.
And exhorting them to continue in the faith.
It says what?
And exhorting them to continue in the faith.
To stay at home.
And
Exhorting them to continue in the faith.
Read on.
And that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of God.
And that's what it's all about in these last days.
That's what it's all about, man. So let's get the most out of hand, man. All praise to God. And for all of us to get here, it's praise to be made. Allow us to meet each other for the first time and do this work. So we're going to the organization of an army, right? Because the Most High is building up an exceeding great army in the last days. Let's go to Micah, the 2nd chapter. Let's read verse number 11. Micah chapter 2 and verse number 11.
The book of Micah, chapter 2,
2 and 12.
and verse number 12. I will surely assemble.
What the Lord say?
I will surely assemble.
O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. I will put them together as a sheep of Bosra, as the flock in the midst of their Lord. So in the flock in the midst of their fold, they shall make great noise by reason of the multitude of men.
So the Most High said, I will surely assemble, O Jacob. So the Lord brought all of us together, huh? Brothers from Baton Rouge, right? Brothers from New Orleans, brothers from Chicago, Little Rock, Memphis, Atlanta, Baltimore, and other cities I may have missed, right? What? St. Louis, right? All praise to the Most High. Right? The Lord said, I will read that again, verse number 12, because it's not of us. Yeah, brothers drove. They bought tickets, they drove 10 hours, got here 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, endured camp last night. But it's up to Most High, huh? Right? So this is bigger than us. The Lord has brought all of the men of the Lord together. Read it again.
Micah 2 and 12. I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel.
He's gathering the elect, the remnant of Israel. Read on.
I will put them together as a sheep of Bosra.
So the Lord said he's going to put us together as the sheep of Bosra. Now the sheep of Bosra is not 10 sheep. It's not 20 sheep. Bosra was a chief capital in Edom that was known for large sheepfolds. And there were tens and thousands of sheep that were scattered abroad throughout the plain, throughout the open fields, throughout the mountains. And the Lord is the shepherd that's gathering the sheep. And these sheep were in danger. Some were attacked. Some were being hunted. Some were in ditches. Some were scattered. Some were lost. Some were on the verge of falling off a cliff. And the Lord gathered all the sheep. You understand? In Bosra, again, it's the chief land of our enemy. You understand? It's one of the chief cities of Edom. So the Lord is gathering us and waking us up in the land of our enemies. Read on.
As the flock in the midst of their fold, they shall make great noise.
So we're going to be quiet.
They shall make great
Put our
noise.
hands in our pockets.
They shall make great noise.
By reason of the multitude of men.
Read on.
The breakers come up before them. They have broken up and have passed through the gate and are gone out by it.
So we're marching out. Read on.
And their king shall pass before them, and the Lord on the head of them.
So this is an army that the Most High is waking up, right? Right? This is an army that the Most High is building up. Every brother tuning in, watching, that's in his truth, whether you want to or be part of it or not, you're part of the army of the Most High, huh? Right? You're not an individual, right? You're not a man that goes rogue. You don't have your own devices. We're all part of the army of the Most High. God. Go to Psalms real quick, chapter 50, and read verse number 21.
The book of Psalms, chapter 50.
So the Most High is organizing the army. right? And we have to use the precepts to come together in a time of war, right? Psalm chapter 50 and read verse number 20.
The Psalms chapter 50 and verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son.
Yeah, the thou is Esau, right? He speaks against Jacob through his lies, deception, iconoclasm, sorcery, laws. Go on.
These things hast thou done, and kept silence.
And I kept silence.
Thou touchest that
Talks like thou thoughtest.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself. But I will reprove thee, and set them in order before thine eyes.
And do what?
And set them in order before thine eyes.
So you were the so-called white man, the Most High is tapping into his mind right there and letting you know what he thinks. This devil really believes that the Most High is with him, huh? He says, thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. Once you've gotten away with so many crimes and murders and genocides, surely you might think, well, shit, the Most High, give me Ecclesiastes 8:11. The Most High ain't do nothing to me yet. He must be with me. Now, part of their, if brothers look on the back of the dollar bill, they have what Latin phrase? Brothers know?
What we call acceptance.
That's the one. What is it?
Acceptance, may they accepted our captivity.
Right, and it also means that God is with us, or He promotes our endeavors.
Right.
So they put that on they have the pluribus unum, which means out of many one, on a lot of their coins, but they have acceptus, coeptus, something along those lines. A brother could look it up, but it essentially means that the Most High is with our endeavors. So they put that on their money, right? They put that right in plain sight. That we have you in captivity, here's the pyramid, you're in slavery, and the Most High is with us, man. Right? You got something to bring up?
They say that in Zechariah 11:5, they say, blessed be the Lord.
Yeah, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and our own shepherds pity them not. Right? If a brother want to pull that up directly, that Latin motto, you want to pull it up real quick? You got it? Let's pull it up. Right? Let me see. If not, a brother can just type it in. Right? Annuit coeptus. Right? Can you pull it up? Annuit coeptus. Right? Whoever got it, bring it up.
God. This is annuit coeptus is a Latin phrase that appears on the back of the United States Great Seal and a $1 reserve note. It translates to God has approved our undertakings. Or God has favored our undertaking.
Oh, God is what?
Or God has favored our undertaking.
So that's in the Bible. Go back to Psalm chapter 50 and 21. Right? You can't make it up, huh? God has favored our undertaking. That's like their manifest destiny. God has sanctified us to take over the Latin tribes, the northern kingdom, from the east coast to the west coast. Read that again, Psalms 50 and 21.
In Psalms chapter 50 and verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
Because the Most High didn't judge them yet.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself.
They thought that so much they printed it on their money and gave it to you. And you never questioned it. Read on.
But I will reprove thee.
But I would do what?
But I will reprove thee.
Why do we go to camp?
But I will reprove thee.
Why do we do the videos?
But I will reprove thee. And set them in order before thine eyes.
So the Lord is setting us in order before His eyes. Now the eyes of the Most High are what? Right, the 10, which are what? The angels. Right, and we're being set in order for the eyes of the Lord and the eyes of the so-called white man. His cameras, His internet, viral videos, TikTok, all of his different platforms where He watches you, even face to face. You're being set in order before His eyes. That monitor and that watch you trying to move in the same spirit as the angels. So the Lord is setting us up in order. Right? That's why brothers can come together. The spirit of unity is there. The spirit of war is there. The spirit of might is there because the Most High set us all up, huh? And brothers come from different backgrounds, different cities, different lifestyles, but it's up to the Most High to set this army up, huh? Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 13, and read verse number 17. All right? We've always been an army, right? Exodus 13 and 17.
It's Exodus chapter 13 and verse 17. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that God led them not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, least peradventure the people repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt.
Right? And they did what?
And they return
Most High didn't give us a shortcut to go to the promised land. Right? He wanted to build us up, prove us, and see if we were worthy enough to go in that land. It didn't take 40 years to go from crossing the Red Sea to the land of Israel. But the Lord deviated us from that path so he could test us and prove us to see if we were going to keep the commandments or no. Right? Tell you that in Deuteronomy the 8th chapter. Read on.
But God led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up hardened.
Went up what?
But the children of Israel went up hardened out of the land of Egypt.
So we left the land of Egypt harnessed. Here's the word harnessed in Hebrew.
Harness, H2571, Hamas, which means in battle array.
In what?
In battle array. Array for battle by fives, armed.
And we were armed, right? We spoiled the Egyptians and we were armed, right? So we were an army inside of captivity before, right? Don't you know Moses had elders set up over him, man? You read that he had to appear before the elders. In Exodus, the 5th chapter, you read about the officers of the children of Israel, man. So we were always an army, man. Right? The Most High is a man of what? War. Give me Exodus 15:3. We've always been known as an army, as a host of the Lord, man. Never niggas, YNs. We're the most militant people on the face of the earth, man. Don't let an ICBM missile in a tank. That's not an army, man. Those are devices of Satan to commit murder, man. And his own army's divided, man. When you look at a nation of people, Esau's never been an army. Because they've always been fighting amongst each other, man. The Civil War, the World War I, the 100 Years' War, World War II. All them European wars prove that the so-called white man has never had a standing army, man. Because the French and the English are still Edomites, and they fight. The Russians and the Americans are still Edomites, and they fight. We're the only people biblically, historically, who has always been an army. Right, bring that out, King. Even the Moabites fight amongst each other, man. And the Ammonites fight, man. The Japanese took over the Chinese, man. The Koreans are fighting the Koreans, man. All these nations are divided, man. Right, so read that, Exodus 15:3.
It's Exodus chapter 15 and verse 3. Yahweh is a man of war.
What the Lord say?
Yahweh is a man of war.
Yahweh is his name.
So the Most High is a man of war, man. The angels are his army in the heavens, and we're his army in the earth, man. So you have to think like a soldier, man. You have to move like a soldier, man. You have to know that a soldier's not in the battle for himself, man. All them soldiers have a common goal, man. Soldiers are about sacrifice, they're about endurance, and they're about being selfless, man. And soldiers know who the enemy is, man. They don't go in the battlefield, who's my enemy, man. And they don't say, here's my enemy, then 5 months later, that's not my enemy anymore. Maybe these are my enemies anymore. In the midst of battle, as the battle is peaking up, maybe these aren't my enemies anymore, man. Right? True soldiers know where their enemy is from the start of the battle to the end of the battle. Right? That's plain, man. Go to 2 Timothy chapter 2 and read number 3. Come, bring it out. Hold on, brother.
All right, we go to the classic Ezekiel chapter 37 and 10. Like the brother said, an army is disciplined. They're trained. They're all on one accord. They don't break ranks. I remember a while back when we was in Chicago for the unity camp. You know, the police officers commended us. They said, we love how you guys move together like an army. That's what he said, right? So these other nations, they see how we move, but this is a part of our ancestral history. This is nothing new underneath the sun. This is in our DNA. It's in our blood. You bring that up.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37 and verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them.
It says what?
And the breath came into them.
Before this truth, we didn't have no breath into us. We was soulless. We was lost, doing God knows what. We didn't reach our high state of consciousness. We didn't know what was going on. You know, you was selling dime bags. You was doing all type of foolishness. But when the Lord breathed his life into you, which is these laws, statutes, and commandments, it says what, everyone?
And they live.
And they what?
And they live.
And true living is when you serving the Most High God. And you can feel it in the spirit. You more alive, right? You can feel the spirit. Like Paul said in the book of 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, he said, hey, I think I had the spirit of God, paraphrasing. So you know when you had the spirit, you know when you live it. Read on.
And they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
It says what?
An exceeding great
What
army.
are we?
An exceeding great army.
And every brother in here is a part of the Lord's army. All right? And what comes being in that army, like the brothers going into, you got to be disciplined. It's not about you. You got to make sacrifices. Right? And you might have to lose a certain soldiers, they might have to lose a damn arm in battle when they go into war. But it's to preserve their soul. Yeah, they might lose an arm or a limb, but guess what? They still come back home. All right? After they get done dispatched. You got a point.
Y'all say they get that Purple Heart, and you know they kind of honored to wear that thing. They be like, I had to lose something, you know,
Yeah.
to defend, you know, what they stand up for.
You might have to lose something to gain something greater.
Right.
Through the Spirit. Right? So the Lord called us an exceeding great arm. I got one more precept. Joel chapter 2 and 11. Right? Joel chapter 2 and verse number 11.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse number 11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army.
Before his what?
Before
his army.
Now, it's twofold. The Lord, obviously, he has an army of heavenly hosts, the innumerable multitude of angels, the 7 holy archangels, etc. But, hey, we're the Lord's army. The 144,000, the elect, the chosen. Read on.
For his camp is very great.
For his what?
For his
camp is very great.
You got to think about it. Brothers are making history, right? In 2025 AD, you have Israelites across the world. You got people waking up. They know who we are. It's not like it's the early 2000s, so we just start coming out, and you know you got One West. Now we're everywhere. We're all over TikTok. We're all over Twitter, social media. So brothers are making history. Read on.
For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide?
And that's it on that. You got it.
That's right, that's right. Let's go to 2 Timothy chapter 2 and 1, man. Right, his camp, we're at camp, man. You're at camp when you're not at camp. Right? Camp is not just Friday night and Saturday night. Or your occasional overtime camp, right? Camp is when you wake up in the morning. You're at camp when you're at work. You're at camp when you're with your household. When you're amongst your children. When you're with your brothers. You're always at camp, huh? Right? So bring that up. For brothers that understand. It's always wartime, huh? Right? Bring that up.
It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahushua.
Right?
And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also.
So you have an obligation to spread this truth to other brothers who may not know it. Right? It's a commandment to take this knowledge and the skills of war and pass it down. Right? Remember, who took down the Canaanites in Genesis, the 34th chapter? What two sons? Simeon and Levi. Right? Give me that in Genesis 34. Who taught them how to war? Huh? Their father taught them how to war. Jacob taught them how to war. Huh? Give me Genesis 34, and I believe I want 23, 28. Let's see if that's what I want. I want to get straight to the point.
25.
They came boldly upon the city.
It's Genesis chapter 34 and verse number 25. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi.
These are just two sons. This ain't all 12. Two sons against a nation. The Lord said, how shall one chase 1,000, man? Go on.
That his brethren took each man his sword and came upon the city boldly.
Came upon the what?
And came
upon the city
Boldly. Blowing the trumpet, making the noise, talking they talk, man. Where them devils at? Stomping, yelling, man.
Right.
And it was on fire, man.
Right.
See, the so-called white man does sneak attacks, man. Sleeper cells. Jacob wasn't a sleeper cell. Or a Simeon, man. This wasn't an agent provocateur, COINTELPRO, man. Right? That's how this devil he overthrows things through subtlety, man. He drug you, man, poison you, man. He didn't poison them in the middle of the night, man.
Heat seeking.
Right, heat-seeking missiles, night vision goggles, man. Read it again from the top.
And it came to pass.
And it came to what?
And it came to pass on the third day.
So they made them circumcise themselves. Brothers that didn't read this account are familiar with it. They made the heathen circumcise themselves to beguile them so they can overthrow them. Go on.
When they were sore,
And you're going to be sore.
that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man a sword and came upon the city boldly.
And came upon what?
And came upon the city boldly.
Right?
And slew all the men.
And slew all the males, man. Now Jacob, and God is just a God of peace and love, and why do they have swords?
Right.
How come Jacob just say, what are you doing with those, man?
Right.
How come the prophet that come to Jacob and say, your sons are going off, they have weapons that can kill people, man?
Right.
Read on, King.
Reading on. And they slew Hamor and Shechem, his son, with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went out.
Go on.
The sons of Jacob came upon the slain and spoiled the city.
And then what?
And
spoiled the city.
Then the rest of the other sons came. Here come Judah. Here come Reuben. Here come Dan. Here come Issachar. Right? Go on.
Because they had defiled their sister,
Read.
they took their sheep and their oxen and their asses, that which was in the city and that which was in the
So
field.
they took every damn thing, man. You want to take one of mine, I'm taking all of yours, man. Right? That's how we get back, man. That's what the sons of Jacob are about, man.
Right.
Go to Genesis chapter 48, right, and verse 22. So we've always been an army, man. Remember, Abraham had an army. He had 318 trained. They weren't Minutemen, right, or guys for hire. It wasn't a temp service, right? Randstad and all these damn temp services they got, man. You said what? Elite staffing, man. You know? These were trained men. Who trained them? Abraham trained them. Right, bring that up.
It's Genesis chapter 48 and verse 22. Moreover, I have given to thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the hand of the Amorite with my sword and with my bow.
So Jacob had his own sword. He had his own bow, huh? There are things that Jacob did that we may not really know about, huh? Jacob had a sword. That means Isaac had a sword. Abraham has swords. Like the brother said, it's in your spirit to be a soldier, huh? That's why we the best boxers. We the best fighters. We the best warriors. We the best UFC people, huh?
Right.
Now that's all carnal. But we're the best spiritually as well, huh? Right? When we come together, we're unstoppable, man.
Right.
When we're at camp, even at camp doing the work, they can't touch us, man. We got angels about us. Brothers are bold. Brothers held posts mighty, man. Brothers are shaking the hand. Brothers are reading. They're alert. They're circumspect. That's how we should be as an army, huh? Brothers check on each other. They got each other back. Brothers bought waters for brothers, all types of stuff, huh? That's how an army is supposed to move in the spirit. We are an army in the last days. Go back to 2 Timothy chapter 2 and read 3.
It's the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse number 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach.
So you have to endure hardness as a good soldier. You got regular soldiers and you got good soldiers. You got soldiers that flee from battle, soldiers that go AWOL, absent without leave. You got soldiers that go rogue. You got soldiers that can't aim and they friendly fire. Brothers know what friendly fire is, right?
Right.
What's friendly fire? Shoot your own, man. Shooting your own, man. You can't aim, you don't know what's going on, you stumbling, you late, right? You scared, like I said, brother said, you scared, man. You trembling, you pissing yourself, man. You throw the grenade, you forgot to damn throw it, and you tripped and blew up somebody, man. Right? The air raid sirens going off, you're getting the crust out of your eyes. You got a lot of soldiers, man. But you don't have a lot of good soldiers. The Lord said endure hardness as a good soldier. Read on, King.
Verse 4.
And so it said endure hardness. Even in battle, you got casualties of war, man. You got people that might get their brain blown out right next to you, man. You can't sit there and bury that guy. You can't hold a funeral and burn spices, man. You got to keep it moving, man. You might look, get his brain blown out, he's done, man. You got to keep marching toward the objective, man. You got to get to the landing zone. You got to get picked up, man. You got to take the tower down. Brothers fall out the truth, man. You can't fall out the truth because another brother fell out the truth.
Right.
And you might check with a brother, but you got to keep it moving, man.
Yeah.
You know how many brothers we done seen fall out, man? Come and go, man. If we took our foot off the gas for every brother that fall out the truth, we would have no more fuel, man. And we'd be stuck too, man, and stranded. Right, waiting for somebody to pick us up, man. So enduring hardness also knowing you're going to have to deal with the casualties of war, man. And everybody's not going to make it, man. That's why you have, when you look at war, they have who the belligerents are, right? Meaning who's the opposing forces, and they're always going to how many people died in the battle. Here's how many people were lost. They study that, man. Here's how many people died in World War II. Here's how many people died in World War III. Here's the casualties of war. They go into that, man, because it's expected that death is going to come by war, man. But you have to endure hardness. You have to be focused, man. You can't be thinking about your woman in the midst of war, man. Here you are reading that camp, bringing out the brother said, give me the book of Genesis, the 32nd chapter, verse 28, and you're wondering about what is your woman wearing, right? What is she cooking, right? Oh man, I need to really eat, man. Oh, I'm so hungry. What could I eat? Do I want McDonald's? Well, I had McDonald's last time. But if I get Wendy's, they wrap it in aluminum foil because they kind of preserve it. They did say fresh, never. You can't be doing that, man. Worried about if it's fresh, never frozen, man. Get the precept and read it mighty, man. You got to be tapped in. You have something real quick? Bring it up.
Yeah, it says, how does seeing a dead body affect you? Like the brother said, in the army, when men that go to war, you see a lot of stuff. A lot of people, shell shock. A lot of people, they don't come back the same. Right. I know a brother, he was in a Milwaukee camp, he was in the army, and he said he couldn't sleep at night. All right? Demons was haunting him, etc. So it says, how does seeing a dead body, what does it do to you? It says, seeing a dead body could cause a range of emotional and psychological effects, including shock, sadness, and anxiety. It says, which are often normal reactions to a traumatic or abnormal event. See that? It says this experience could lead to longer-term issues like post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. So on the spiritual level, you're going to see a lot of things. You're going to see hey, this might be a brother you love to death. Now he's not in this thing no more. He committed fornication, all right? Or he shot somebody and killed somebody. Now he's locked up, right? It was a scenario. A brother got locked up, man, and that brother would never get out. So you might see that, and you might go into a shock, be like, what the hell? Especially you just coming into the truth, right? You come into the truth, you think all brothers are on one accord, we supposed to all love each other. Now you see brothers camp bashing, right? Saying, I hate you, I'll fight you. Right. And you might go into shock and be like, what the hell did I get myself into? But like the brother said, whatever you see, you got to still continue to endure. Because you're going to see a lot of things. You might see a dead body over here. You might see something going on right here. You might see an act of adultery over here. And you might find that your woman commit adultery. That's going to mess you up, man. Right? That'll really bug you out. It might hurt, get a heartbreak. But guess what? You got to continue to endure. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Those are those battle scars, man. You had some.
Oh God, I was just gonna say, I don't know if brothers seen that movie Glory. The end scene, that last battle when they were trying to push uphill against them Edomites, man, and brothers was trying to figure out who was gonna hold the flag, tote the flag, and go up the hill. Oh. And while they was pushing forward, they was shooting down and knocking them down. They was just dropping the flag, the next man pick it up, keep moving, stepping over bodies and moving, and that's kind of the scenario that brothers gotta have, that mindset of, hey, if my brother fall, I gotta keep picking up the torch and keep going. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man.
That's right, man. Hey, even the apostles fell asleep, man. They was crucified. Peter was crucified. The work didn't stop, man. Andrew was crucified. The work didn't stop. They were beaten and tortured, and the work didn't stop, man. Hey, when Judas Maccabees got killed, there's the book of 2nd and 1st Maccabees. Is it over with? Okay, it's over at the end. No, man. Next man up, man. Jonathan's up, man. When Mattathias died and fell asleep, Judas was there. Then Jonathan, and then Simon said, look, it's just me, man. And I need y'all with me, man. And it says the Spirit, he said, I'm left alone, man. He said, the war is me and my brother's fault, man. Let me get that real quick in 1st Maccabees, chapter 13. And read verse number 7. Actually, you can read 3.
First Maccabees, chapter 13, and verse number 3. And gave them exhortation.
Read 1.
Verse 1. Now when Simon heard that Tryphon had gathered together a great host to invade the land of Judea and destroy it.
So the enemy's coming in, right? Simon heard about it. Go on. And he's looking to take advantage because Jonathan is dead. The leader's gone. Right? Go on. And that's what these devils do. Yeah. They'll destroy your leaders, your priests, your warriors. They'll get them sell out. Make them wear a dress. Right? Kill them, murder them, assassinate them. Then they'll come and invade you. But let's see what mentality was, because that's where we're at right now.
Right.
That's where we're at right now. We have no leaders. The gates of Judah languish. Let's see what Simon's mentality was. Go on.
And saw that the people was in great trembling and fear.
He was worried about himself.
And saw that the people was in great trembling and fear.
He looked at the people, man. He looked at their faces, man. He was checking what they say, checking the temperature, man. How discouraged they were, how worried they were, man. He didn't do an interview and a sit down with the millions of Israelites and do a survey. How do you feel right now? No, he saw it in the spirit. Read on.
He went up to Jerusalem and gathered together the people.
He gathered the people together. Read on.
And gathered the people together and gave them exhortation, saying, Yea, yourselves know what great things I and my brethren and my father's house have done for the laws and for the sanctuary. The battles also and the troubles which we have seen.
The battles also and the troubles which we have seen, man. And brothers been through intense situations, man. Some stuff brothers may not even know about you've been through, man. And your own mind, certain demons you overcame when you first came to the truth, stuff you're still fighting to this day, man. Right? We was talking about even in St. Louis, the demons pulling swords out, sorcery, guns pulled out on brothers, knives and threats and all manner of wickedness, man. The battles and troubles that men have seen. Read on.
By reason whereof all my brethren are slain for Israel's sake, and I am left alone.
And I am what?
And I am left alone.
That's tough, man. Your brother's killed, man. These is blood brothers, man. His father's dead. Right? He's left alone. And Simon wasn't called when Mattathias gave the lots to the sons. Did he tell Simon he's going to be the mightiest warrior? He said he's going to be a counselor. He's going to be the strategic man, the battle tactician, the counselor who set you up. Right? He's going to be a father unto you. That's what he said. Judas is valiant. He's going to fight the battles. Jonathan, you're next up. So he was in a situation where he was even told by his father he might not be in, man. He never thought that he would have to rise to the occasion and actually do this, man. A lot of brothers, you never thought that you would have to be in a situation that you in, man. We never thought we'd be in this knowledge, man.
Right.
Never thought I'd ever be in New Orleans, man. Never thought I'd meet y'all brothers, man. Never thought we'd be teaching on Bourbon Street and seeing all manner of confusion and wickedness, man.
Right.
But this is what the Lord calls for organizing an army. Read on, King.
Now therefore, be it far from me, that I should spare mine own life in any time of trouble. For I am no better than my brother.
But I am no what?
For I am no better than my brother.
That's what makes a good soldier. I am no better than my brother. Read on.
Doubtless, I will avenge my nation and the sanctuary and our wives and our children, for all the heathen are gathered to destroy us of very malice.
Right?
Now as soon as the people heard these words, their spirit revived.
Their spirit revived. That's what a good soldier does, man. He looks at, he cares about the estate of the people. He looks at what he has to do to get them back on track, and he sacrifices all that he has, man. Doesn't matter what he's dealing with, man. He said, I'm left alone, but this is what I got to do, man. Sometimes you got to take on your mantle and do the work of the Most High, man. Like when Elijah put the mantle on Elisha, Elisha didn't take it off, man. Right? Let's get that account real quick in Second Kings. That's what I want. Let me slap it first. Right? Let's go to no slacky. Let's get 1 Kings 19, and I want to read verse number 19.
1 Kings chapter 19 and verse number 19. So he departed thence and found Elisha, the son of Shaphat, who was plowing with 12 yoke of oxen before him, and he with the 12.
So he had oxen. He had a lot of oxen. He had some money, right? He had some wealth. Go on.
And Elijah passed by him and cast his mantle upon him.
Why did he cast his mantle upon him? To choose him. To be his next up, to be the prophet of the Most High. You understand? Go on.
And he left the oxen.
No, he figured out what's going on.
And he left the oxen.
He took it off.
And he left the oxen.
And he left his oxen, man. Hey, oxen bring wealth, man. They bring riches. The Lord said, where no oxen is, the crib is clean. But much strength cometh by the ox, paraphrasing. So you get a lot of strength and wealth from the oxen. And he left it all. Go on.
and ran after Elijah.
And did what?
And ran after Elijah.
He walked and looked confounded.
And ran after Elijah.
Sometimes you got to take that mantle and run, man. That's what soldiers do, man. Read.
And said, let me, I pray thee, kiss my father and my mother, and then I will follow thee. And he said unto him, go back again, for what have I done to thee?
Why did Elijah say, for what have I done unto thee? What brothers think? He said, what have I done unto thee?
I gave you this
You said what?
task.
Did he think he was casting some sort of burden on him?
Not necessarily. What you say,
Or
Ken?
it was saying like he gave you this task. Why are you going back that way?
Well, essentially, oh, you have something? Essentially said what? Basically, he's telling Elisha, you have to figure this out.
Yeah.
Right? That's what he said. What have I done to you? Right? Basically, he's telling them, figure out why I gave you this mantle, man, and take it and run with it, man. He knew why he gave him the mantle. He didn't give him the mantle by accident, man. So he said, what have I done unto you? Essentially downplaying him giving him the mantle and not really telling him exactly what it was. It was up for him to figure it out. It was up for him to look inside deep in his spirit and say, do I really want to follow Elijah or not, man? Right? Do I really want to follow him or not? Do I really want to leave everything I have and follow him? Right? So that's essentially like a coach giving you the damn starting job and say, hey, look, man, look, it is what it is, man. And you got to figure it out. Can I do this or can I not do it, man? The coach might downplay, man. Hey, you know, it is what it is, man. You got something?
I was gonna say like when the man asked you, how would I let me go back and bury my family?
Right.
And he told him let the dead bury the dead.
Then he had to make a decision at that point, man. You got to make a decision at that point. What you going to do, man? So you have to take your mantle and follow the Lord. Let's go to Exodus, right? Chapter 18 and read 13. Right? So we are an army of the Most High, man. And brothers have to look at it like that, man. If you don't look at it as if we're an army, then you're going off, man. And you can really, it's hard to trust a brother like that, who doesn't know that we're in an army together. Quick precept, 2 Maccabees 13 and 21. How can you go to war with a brother that doesn't know it's wartime? He doesn't know we're fight the same enemy, man. You're going to be constantly looking at this brother like, is he going to kill me, man? Or do I have to kill him? I got to kill him before he get me, man. Bring that up.
2 Maccabees, chapter 13, and verse 21. But Rhodicus,
But who?
who was in the Jews' host,
He was in our army.
disclosed the secrets to the enemies.
You got some traitors out there. All of the battle formations, the game plan, the military formations, how they were going to attack. He had it all laid out, and he went to Esau and said, here's what Judas is going to do. Here's what they're going to do. He laid out all of the secrets, man. So it be men amongst you, man, who could take all of the information and give it to the enemies, man. The Lord said, give not that which is profitable to a strange nation, paraphrasing, man. So you can't take the knowledge and wisdom the Most High gave you and then give it to the enemies, man. Bring it out, King.
I was about to say that's just like the account with Simon the Benjamite.
Yeah, Simon the Benjamite.
Gave up the priests and the treasury that they had to Holofernes.
Yep, the 2 Maccabees, man. The 2 Maccabees, the 3rd chapter. Showed him we had infinite sums of money. Infinite, man. He said they rich, man. They're so we were the richest people, man. We had no people other than us had an infinity amount of money, man. We had so much wealth you couldn't count. You would die before you got to the last shekel, man. And then Jake went to Esau and said, you know what, man, give these Jews all that money. I mean, give Heliodorus and all of the kings of Esau the wealth of the Jews, man. Despicable. Go to Exodus 18 to 13. Don't be a brother in the army who discloses all the secrets to the enemy, man. You give all your goods unto Satan. Then you come back amongst the army. And eventually the Lord caught up with that guy, man. And read on the 2 Maccabees real quick. Let's see what happened to Rhodicus after he disclosed the secrets to the enemies.
2 Maccabees, chapter 13, and verse number 21. But Rhodicus, who was in the Jews' host, disclosed the secrets to the enemies. Therefore, he was sought out.
He was what?
He was sought out. And when they had gotten him, they put him in prison.
Put him in prison, man. found out about it. They chased this guy down, man. Hunted him down, man.
Right.
No mercy, man. They said, look, you know what? This guy let him. They hunted him. There's no telling how far the journey was to find him, right? How many men they sent, but they hunted this man down, bound him up, and threw. And we're not known for running prisons, man. But for this guy, we had a prison, man. Esau's known for having prisons. We had a prison just for this guy, man. Manhunt, like the brother said, man. Dead or alive, bring this demon back, man. Right? So, hey, man, our forefathers ain't playing around in the army, huh? You want to go and take all the secrets, man? They want to know, well, you know what? That's just that, brother. No, bring him back, man. They was pissed, man. Right? And that came out. It came to light. Everything come to light. Go to Exodus 18. Right? Exodus chapter 18. I want to get straight to the point and read verse number 19.
This is Exodus chapter 18 and verse 19. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people, the Godward, be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God.
So remember, Moses was judging the people from morning to evening. He was burning himself out, dealing with hundreds of thousands, millions of people and their own matters. Whether they were weighty matters or petty, small matters, Moses was solely responsible for deciding who was justified and who was condemned. And that burnt them out. So his father-in-law, Jethro, gave him counsel. Says, all top matters you bring it before the Most High, and you inquire of the Lord. Smaller matters you deviate it down to ranking officials and officers, and they can handle these cases. Similar to how this devil got the Supreme Court, First Circuit Court, right? He had district courts, local courts. He has these same things. He gets it from the Bible. Right, read on, King.
Verse 20. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and thou shalt show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do.
Right.
Moreover, thou shalt provide out all the people able men.
Now these are the qualifications of a soldier. Able men, meaning you're fit for the battle. Your mind is focused. You're not bugged out. You know who the Most High is. You know who his son is. You can comprehend understanding. That's an able man. Right? Go on.
Able men, such as fear God.
What's the second qualification?
Such as fear God.
So Moses had to know these men, which means these men had to have a reputation. Because he didn't conduct interviews. Right? And they didn't wear a suit and a tie and say, well, do you fear God? Can you lift a stand for 60 minutes? Can you hold 75 pounds? Are you able men? He didn't have a physical. I need you to stand up. Can you, what is it? No, man. Right? So these men had a reputation. Right? They had a character. They had a name. Go on, such as fear God.
Men of truth.
Men of what?
Men of truth.
These were honest men. Men that weren't caught up in lies. Scandals.
Right.
What else? Slanders and gossip and always brought the counsel and madness and folly, man.
Right.
These were men of truth.
Hating covetousness.
They wasn't into possessing other people's things, man. Lusting after the monies. Go on.
And place such over them to be rulers of the thousands, and rulers of hundreds, and rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens.
Right.
And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter shall they judge. So shall it be easier for thyself and they that bear the burden with thee.
Right.
If thou shalt do this thing, and God command thee so, then shalt thou be able to endure.
Then shall what?
Then shalt thou be able to endure.
Moses was able to endure with the help of brothers, man. If Moses didn't have the brotherhood, he would have fell out.
Right.
With all of the knowledge he had. Right? With him seeing the Lord for 40 days and 40 nights. Him eating with the Lord in Exodus 24th chapter. Anybody could burn out, man. Any one of us could burn out and fall out the truth without the brotherhood, man. He said, then shalt thou endure with the help of the army. With the help of the brotherhood, man. So if Moses needed the help of the army, how much more us, man?
Right.
Moses is greater than any one of us, man.
Right.
Any one of us in this room or watching live, Moses is greater than any one of us, man.
Right.
And it was even said that he would only be able to endure with the help of his brothers and his army. Come, read on.
Reading on. Reading on, and it reads, and all this people shall also go to their place in peace.
Then you'll be able to endure, and the people can endure. You'll be bitter. Some people, they're unprofitable to themselves, man. And once you're unprofitable to yourself, you're no good to the army. You're no good to the army if you can't take care of yourself, man. Even physically, if you don't, in these actual armies, if you don't work out, if you don't know the drills, you know who the enemy is, you don't take care of your mind, you out of shape, you slagging behind, you can't shoot, you can't reload your rifle, you're unprofitable to yourself and to the men that you go to war with, man. So it's good to take care of your spirit, remove demons from you, fast and pray, then you'll be able to profit the nation as well, man. So Jethro said it's a win-win. If you get the help of the brotherhood, you'll endure, and the brothers can endure. Come? Read on. This is the army.
So Moses
These
hearkened.
are principles, foundational principles for an organizing an army. Go on.
So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law.
No, he disregarded the counsel.
So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law.
Good soldiers can follow instruction, man. Doesn't Moses could have said, I'm a man of the Lord, man. I'm a Levite, man. Did you see the burning bush? Who the hell are you going to tell me anything, man? I took my hand out, and it was leprous and snow. I put it back. It was my own flesh, man. Have you parted the Red Sea before? He could have brought up all this madness, man. And excuses.
How would call me a god?
He called me a god, man. And Aaron's my prophet. Talk to Aaron first, man. Then talk to me. He could have did all that, man. But he hearkened unto counsel. Good soldiers hearken unto counsel. Now, a good soldier might not see the whole thing. A lot of soldiers, they may not be able to see what goes on in that battle room or that war room with all of the generals. When they got the sand pit, brothers ever see that? In the movies, they got the sand pit, they got the pieces, they got the lines, and we're going to attack them by the east and that by the west, and we're going to go by night. Everybody's not in those rooms, man. So you might tell that soldier, I need you to go over that mountain. Why I got to go over that mountain? For what? Ain't nothing going on over there. He should follow the instruction. Right? Good soldiers follow instruction as well, man. Because there may be things they may not be privy to, but it's for the benefit of the entire army. Come? And if he deviates from that, says, why do I have to do this? What's the point? Then he's going to get himself killed. He's going to overthrow everything, man. Right? He's going to overthrow everything. We don't have to know everything from the Most High. The Most High don't give us every detail, but we're set to follow instruction. Come? And we have to follow that same example. Right? So read that part again, King. And Moses did what?
So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he said.
Right?
And Moses chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens.
That's an organized army. For every 10 men, you got a brother over them. Every 50 men, you got a man over them. Every 100 men, you got a man over them. Every 1,000 men. Now, organized that is, man. And brothers have to know who these men are. Look, you're part of the 1,000. Right? You're part of the 50. You're part of the 10. Here's your officer. They have WhatsApp. Right? They didn't have Chat GPT. They have the internet, man, and AI. You have to be focused, man. And you have to listen. And you have to be attentive, man. Right? They could let me just record. Moses, go ahead and say this. Let me record it so I can go back and watch it when I get back to my tent with my wife. You have to be tapped in. You have to follow instructions, and you have to be focused. Come? All these are foundational principles of an army. Bring it out, King.
And you gotta be patient because they gotta come down that ladder.
Right.
It ain't like you say in the group chat, you just send it out and everybody sees it.
Right.
You gotta wait for it.
You gotta
People above you to know.
That's right.
Can we go to 1 Maccabees chapter 9 and 14? So like the brothers going into is key foundational points for you being a soldier in the army, right? Anybody can't just get hired in the army, right? You gotta watch your surroundings. Certain brothers, you could look at their spirit and see, this brother, his mind not right. Certain brothers, they good at hiding it for a season, right? Like off that movie, In Too Deep, right? He was good at hiding it, kind of blended in, right? But eventually, everything is gonna come to the light. Then you got brothers where you could just see, oh yeah, this brother, he don't know what's going on. He might not last for a long time. Unfortunately, right? But you see, he always asking questions. Right? It was a brother that was like that. He was always asking, well, what do you think about this? All right, whole time he knew the answer, but he's trying to see if he can overthrow you. So you can bring that up.
It's 1 Maccabees chapter 9 and verse number 14. Now when Judas perceived that Bacchus and the strength of his army were on the right side, he took with him all the hardy men.
He did what?
He took with him all the hardy men.
And if you're a general of an art, you're gonna take the most hardiest man. You're not gonna take, just like you playing pickup on the court. All right, you're not about to pick the weakest man. You about to pick your 5-on-5. Yeah, I want this brother. He gonna crash the board. Right, I want this brother. He a 3-point specialist. Right, I want. You're not picking the man that he don't have no IQ. Right, he just dribble the ball.
Right.
He don't pass.
Right. Showed up.
Yeah, he just don't know what's going on. You got a point?
Yeah, quick point.
You got a lot of brothers who may not have those skills, but you know you're gonna pick them because they're gonna do anything.
Right.
They're gonna do what it takes, man.
Right.
They're gonna scrap on the floor. They're gonna dive for the ball. They're gonna dive out of bounds.
Yeah.
They might punch a guy. I need to go foul that guy when he go up in the air.
Right.
He may not be the best 3-point shooter, but he gonna do what it takes, man. I just want to make that point too. I got one more, King Sloppy. Here's the definition of hardy. To go to ties of my point: robust, capable of enduring difficult situations.
That's the spirit. You want to have a brother with you that's capable of enduring all things, man. Yeah, I'm with this brother. Look, he gonna go through it. I know he going through it. He going through it with his household. He might be going through it financially. But I know at the end of the day, he's still gonna show up to count. I know this brother still gonna put arms into the treasure. I know if I call this brother, he's still gonna answer. I know if I need him, hey, pull up on me, he's still gonna pull up. You need men that's capable around you of enduring difficult conditions. Because it's gonna get tough in this truth. It's not a cakewalk. And we don't know how long we're gonna be here till Yahushua returns. You might be in this truth 20 years before the Lord returns. It might be 30 years. It might be 40, God forbid, it might be 40 years. But you gotta still, it's gonna be a long path. You gotta see if you built for that walk. Is it more than that?
Verse 15, who discomfited the right wing and pursued them unto the Mount Azotus. But when they had left the wing, saw that sluggish. But when they of the left wing saw that they of the right wing were comforted, they followed upon Judas and those that were with them hard at the heels from behind.
Come on, that's it on that. Go to Nehemiah chapter 7 and 2 real fast. So you have hardy men. You have men that fears God. Men that take orders, like it said in Moses, like in the book of Exodus with Moses. All right, you got rulers over hundreds and rulers over 50s and 10s. Right, you'll bring that up.
It's Nehemiah chapter 7 and verse number 2. That I gave my brother Hananiah and Hananiah, the ruler of the palace, charge over Jerusalem, for he was a faithful man.
For he was a what?
For he was a faithful man.
So you got hardy men, right? You have men that hate covetousness, men that covetousness. You got men that fear God, men of truth, and you got faithful men. You could look at a brother and tell if he's faithful or not. If, like the brother was going into it, if a brother's not faithful to himself, what makes you think he's gonna be faithful to you? The brother, he getting up late, all right, he barely got a job, but he barely working. You asking him, brother, is you working? Yeah, I'm trying to get there through the spirit, right? He dragging his feet to count. He always has a 50 million different excuses. You having mercy with him, but if a man is not faithful in his personal life, he can't be faithful to you. It's just facts. That's like you courting a woman, you courting a sister. If she don't know how to take care of herself, brother, she's not gonna take care of you.
Right.
If she never had a father figure to love, what makes you think she gonna love you? Right? So you gotta look at these characteristics. Okay, is this brother faithful? Is he a liar? Is he honest? Is he this, that, and the third? Or else you gonna get dealt with a traitor. Got one more precept. 2 Maccabees chapter 4 and 1. Right? 2 Maccabees chapter 4 and 1. So with the discernment of the Most High, you could be able to spot these different characteristics.
2 Maccabees chapter 4 verse 1. This Simon now, of whom we spake afore, having been a bewrayer of the money and of his country, slandered Onias as if he had terrified Heliodorus and had been the worker of these evils.
See, this man slandered Onias, man. Whole time he was the worker of these evils. Read on.
Thus was he bold to call him a traitor.
Read that again.
Thus was he bold to call him a
You
traitor.
got certain men, they traitors. It is what it is. That woman, she might be a traitor. That man, she might be a traitor. Your mom might be a traitor, right? Your brother, he might be a traitor. Cousin, uncle, whatever the case may be. And your children might be a traitor. God forbid. But you got to accept people for who they are. All right? You can't have this spirit of, well, they got potential and, you know, man, they got good character. No. What they showing you right now is either if they got potential, they would tap into that. Right? They will put that potential to the work. The people gonna always show you who they are, and you gotta accept people for who they are, not for who they can be. Because realistically, everybody could be great if they put their mind to it. Every brother could be diligent. Every brother could be on fire. Every sister could be shamefast. Every sister could be discreet. But you got the ones that do it, and you got the ones that don't. So it says, thus was he bold to call them a traitor. You on?
Thus was he bold to call him a traitor, that had deserved the well of the city, and tendered his own nation, and was so zealous of the laws. But when their hatred went so far,
When they what?
when their hatred went so far,
You doing?
that by one of Simon's functions, murders were committed.
See, it says what?
Murders were committed.
Hey, when you're a traitor, you ultimately hate your brother. All right? Which, if you hate your brother, the Lord calls you a murderer.
Right.
So this stuff get deep. You got it.
That's right, man. You want to be a good soldier, man. Let's go to 1 Chronicles, chapter 12, and read verse number 1. Right? Now, we're going to read this real quick. We're not going to read the whole chapter, so 1 Chronicles, chapter 12, and 1.
It's 1 Chronicles, chapter 12 and verse 1. Now these are they that came to David to Ziklag, while he had kept himself close because of Saul the son of Kish. And they were among the mighty men.
And they were what?
And they were among the mighty men. Helpers of war.
They were what?
Helpers of war.
They were helpers of the war. Now, remember, David was being chased by Saul, right? He was away from a state of comfortability, right? Away from his, his home, away from his family. And he was out there from stronghold to stronghold, cave to cave in the wilderness. And you had men that came to help David in his lower state, right? These were helpers of the war. Go on.
And they were armed with bows.
And they were what?
And they were armed with bows. And they could use both the right hand and the left, and hurling stones and shooting arrows out of the bows, even of Saul's brethren of Benjamin.
So these men was on fire, man.
Right.
They was cold.
They was what they call like ambidextrous, man.
Yeah, they was hard.
Left hand and right hand. Jake is only ambidextrous dribbling the basketball.
Right.
They can go left, or he can really go left. Hey man, these guys was hurling stones, man. You can't throw a stone with your left and right hand, man, and knock off somebody's hair follicle, man. And Judges, it says they could cast a stone at a hairbreadth, man. They can aim at one hair on your beard and knock that off and not touch any hair, man. That's how on fire they was, man. These are the men that came to help David in the war, right? And that was their trait. The men of Benjamin were known for accuracy, man. Right, let me get that in Judges real quick. See if I can find it, just to link up with that. Let's go to Judges chapter, come on, let's bring it up. Chapter 20 and 15.
It's the book of Judges.
Yep, 20 and 15.
It's the book of Judges, chapter 20 and verse number 15. And the children of Benjamin were numbered at that time out of the cities, 26,000 men that drew sword beside the inhabitants of Gibeon, which were numbered 700 chosen men.
700 chosen men, read.
Among all the people, there were 700 chosen men, left-handed.
Left what?
Left-handed. Every one could sling stones at an hairbreadth and not miss.
No, they miss sometimes.
And not miss.
5 out of 10.
And not miss.
They never miss, man. They never missed. There's no account of them ever missing, man. It would have said it. They don't. Jake be in these songs, but I don't miss. I got a shooter, he don't miss, man. Right? The brother brought up In Too Deep, man. And the dude, he was giving the ooh up, he was missing it.
Missing them.
You know, and all that, man. And these guys ain't miss, man. These the men that helped out David. Imagine you got a brother that just don't miss, man. He always on point, man. He always shoot to kill, and he always get it done, man. Pete, bring it up.
I got a quick point. I used to watch Negro League baseball.
Come on.
There's cats, Negro Leagues, they'll pitch 5 innings with one on with the right hand, and the last 4 innings with the left hand.
Damn. See that? Esau ain't doing that, man. Right? They're not doing that, man.
Right.
Bring it up.
I just looked it up. 1/4 inch. 1/4 of an inch.
Damn. 1/4 of an inch, but that's about this much. Because an inch, they say, is like, you know, one
About
part of
your
your
thumb,
thumb, so that's
yeah,
that much, man.
yeah.
Left hand and right hand, and they don't miss. That's their skill set.
Shoot a flea off a dog.
Right there, huh? And it don't say how far they was. They could have been 100 yards, 50 yards, you know? Bring that up. Go back to 1 Chronicles 12. So the point is, these are the skilled men that helped David in the war, God. And another part is, this was a gift for the children of Benjamin. This wasn't a gift for everybody, but this was the gift that they used to build up the army, right, in the war. So go back to 1 Chronicles 12. Let's read on.
1 Chronicles chapter 12 and verse number 3. The chief was Ahazor, then Joab, the sons of Shema, the Gibeathite, and Jezael, and Pelet, the sons of Azamazet, and Barak, Akah, and Jehu, the Anothite,
Right?
and Ismael, the Gibeonite, a mighty man among the 30.
A what?
A mighty man among the 30.
He was a mighty man amongst the 30. Go on.
And over the 30, and Jeremiah, and Jehaziel, and Johanan, and Josabad, the Jorathite.
Right. So all these were mighty men and helpers of the war. Jump to verse 8.
Verse 8. And of the Gadites.
No, it was just Benjamin that came to help.
And of the Gadites.
Everybody coming to help David in the war. And of the Gadites,
They separated themselves unto David.
they separated themselves from their own land, from their own families, their own cattle. Remember, they had good land. When you read the law, right? They had the other side of Jordan, right? They took down the land of Moab. They took down the land of Ammon. You had Gad, you had Reuben, and half the tribe of what? Manasseh. So they left good, fertile land, and they separated themselves from what their own pleasure was to help out in the war. Think about that spiritually. Read on.
Into the hold of the wilderness.
No, they separated themselves for comfortability.
Into the hold of the
They
wilderness.
separated from comfortability to be uncomfortable to help their brother in war. Read.
Men of might and men of war. Fit for the battle.
Fit for the what?
Fit for the battle.
They were fit for the battle, man. Some brothers are just fit for the battle, man. Some brothers you look at, you see their skills, their qualities, their traits, and we need those brothers, man. Be a brother that's fit for the battle. Be the brother that comes to mind when it's time for war, man. You take 7 brothers, what brothers come to mind first when it's time for war, man? Don't be the brother that never comes to mind, man. Or the brother that comes to mind and say, hell no, not that brother. That brother ran away. We had brothers that ran away at camp, man. Literally, sped off. At camp, ran away, man. Right? We was getting on these Jakes and Eve, man. This was 2018 probably. And she threatened, I'm gonna go back and get my cousins. They going, the boy when they say I'm gonna wet you up, right? I'm gonna do that. So one of the brothers said, one of the brothers said, 2 brothers. One brother said, hold on, maybe we should shut things down and let's build. Let's learn how to regather this and let's build. Let's shut things down and let's build. Then another brother said, I'm out. Right? And he left with his 2 sons. It was actually 3 brothers. Then the 3rd brother just peeled off in the back. And he came back hours later after things kind of cooled down, man. He left, man. If you leave in the midst of battle, you're never allowed back, man. There's no, you can't come back, man. There's nothing you can ever say because you could have came back and it could have been 7 dead bodies on the floor. It could have been 7 dead bodies and a hand chopped off, man. Because you made this about yourself, man. You can't leave in the midst of battle in this army. You got a point?
God, I had a quick point.
God, bring it up.
We had a moment where we got into an altercation, and a brother came down with the brothers, and he went and stood with the Edomites, man.
Wow.
And in the heat of the midst of hands thrown, the man went and stood with the enemy and watched.
Wow.
And watched.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we had a brother, man. Needless to say, all these men aren't in the camp anymore.
Right.
But we had a brother in the midst of battle. All hell was breaking loose. We had the police surrounding us. I don't know if brothers ever seen this. We had the police surrounding us. We had this Eve in the back. All hell was breaking loose. And this brother from the tribe of Zebulon came to me and whispered in my ear and said, I think we should shut things down. I think we should shut things down. It's getting crazy out here, man. I didn't pay the brother any mind, man. Right? So you had a point too?
I was gonna say, you know, you got times where all hell about to break loose. Just run to the bathroom and standing for hours.
Yeah, I got run to the bathroom. Bring it up.
I'm about to say, what y'all talking about is when a soldier leave in the midst of battle, that's called desertion.
Yeah, desertion,
Yeah,
man.
desertion.
Right? That's desertion. That's a penalty, man.
It says desertion is.
Can you read it a little louder, King?
It said desertion is the abandonment of a military duty or post without permission, a past liberty or leave, and is done with the intention of not returning.
Wow.
Dang.
Just peel off. You hold the post. You peel off and never come back. I gotta get something from the car. Never come back, man. Then we had brothers that left and came back with burgers.
Wow.
Yeah, they came back with burgers. They had a restaurant, the Johnny Rockets, that came back. You want fries? You guys want any burgers? So let's go back to 1 Chronicles 12. Read 12 and 8 one more time.
1 Chronicles chapter 12 and verse 8. And the Gadites there separated themselves unto David into the whole of the wilderness, men of might and men of war, fit for the battle,
Right.
that can handle shield and buckler, whose faces were like the faces of lions, and were as swift as the roes upon the mountains.
So these men were fast, man. They could run about 45 miles an hour. You know, animals back then were faster.
Right.
So it's really hard to measure how fast they were. Because they were larger, they were healthier, they weren't affected by the pesticides, by the false grass and Monsanto and GMO. So they were probably running 50 miles an hour, man. And these men were running about 50 miles an hour, man. And they could handle, while they was running, they could handle the sword and the shield. And the sword was probably 45 pounds. The shield, them shields are heavy. Them brass shields, iron shields, that could be like 100 pounds. 75 to 100 pounds. And they're running with that. They ain't got no ankle weights, but they're running 45 miles an hour, man. That's the gift of Gad that they brought to the army. That's not what Benjamin brought, but it doesn't matter. They both brought their talents and gifts to the army, to help David in time of war. Let's read on. Go to verse 21. So this is a whole beautiful chapter. You read about all of the tribes and the talents and skills that they have to help David out in the army. Jump to 1 Chronicles 12 and 21.
1 Chronicles 12 and 21. And they helped David.
And he did what?
And they helped David against the band of the rovers. For they were almighty men of valor and were captains in the host.
So all these men was mighty, man. David rode with mighty men. David rode with true hitters, man. Benaniah, man. Abishai. Abishai said, I chop his head off, but I won't do it again. I won't hit it twice, man. Let me stab him. Let me thrust him through, man. You gonna let him throw these stones at you? Let me knock his head off, man. David had to tell these men to chill out. And David killed his tens of thousands. He was rolling with men. Hey, man, there's no telling what these men was doing, man. They was fighting dudes with 6 fingers and 6 toes and 13 feet, man. And these the men that David rolled with, man. Yeah, they was gonna slide on swords and kill him in his sleep, man. Go ahead, chop his head off, man. David had to tell him, look, chill out, man. That's the Lord's anointed, man. Like, yeah, all right. So David rolled with top men, man. And these are mighty men. We're reading this because we want to be like these men.
Right.
And we're an army, come.
Right.
And we're reading about the skills and talents that they had. And they brought that to help David.
Right.
You being in this army, every army has different sub-factions and organizations. You even have an IT part of the army. They deal with the walkie-talkies, the satellites. They deal with the air traffic control, like the helicopters and the jets. You have the people that work in the medical field in the army, right? They bring out the mobile EMTs. They help people out, relieve them in battle. You have all these parts of the army. The army is not full of just snipers, man. But you do have snipers. You have infantrymen. You have demolition men. You had a bomb squad, man. They had a movie about, I can't think of the name of the movie, but they had a movie about, was that Jarhead? I think Jarhead. It was a military movie. But it was about a dude in the bomb squad, man. And they would go and look at all of the mines that they were planting out in the desert, and they had to defuse the bombs.
Hurt locker. It's the hurt locker.
Oh, hurt locker. That's what it is. Hurt locker. Yeah, the demolition men. They were known for that, man. So all of them brought skills, and they were trained to help out the army, come. That's what the so-called white man. His armies are for wars, man, and violence and lust. Our army is for righteousness and immortality, come. So think about the skills and talents you have, and ask yourself, what are you bringing to the army, man? What do you bring to the table? Or do you bring nothing to the table? You got your head in the clouds and you just wait for something to happen, man. So read on First Chronicles 12. Read 12 and 22.
Verse 22. For at that time, day by day.
Day by what?
Day by day. There came to David to help him until it was a great host like the host of God.
So how many angels are in the third heaven? Go to Job 25 and read 3. So his army was like the army of God. Job 25 and 3.
Job 25 and 3. Is there any number of this army?
So we don't know. You can't count how many angels there are. Is there any number of the Most High's armies? Go on.
And upon whom doth not his light arise?
And the Most High see everything. So his armies are infinite, man. So it says day by day there came men to help David in the war. Go to Acts 2. Let's see that with spiritual level. Acts 2, and let's read verse number 46.
Acts 2 and verse 46. And then continuing daily with one accord in the
Go on.
with one accord in the temple, and breaking bread from house to house.
So same thing we read about. Day by day, in the days of David, and they came to help David. Also day by day, in the spiritual time of war with the apostles, they were doing the work of the Lord as well. Read on.
They eat their meat with gladness and singleness of heart, praising Yahweh and having favor with all the people. And the Lord added to the church daily.
And the what?
And the Lord added to the church daily such as should be saved.
That's the same thing in 1 Chronicles 12. It says day by day they came to the war. They left their comfortability. They brought their skills to help in time of war. Same thing in the apostles' days. Day by day the Lord was adding people to the army, such as should be saved. Every day somebody coming to this knowledge. Every day a seed is being planted. Right? Every day somebody's watching the video. Every day somebody's looking something up online. Somebody's cousin telling them about the truth. They saw a Facebook post. They got a flyer. Day by day the word is going out, man. And this war is a day by day war, man. And this war is not going to stop until Yahweh Shah returns. Come? So brothers have to be like our fathers in the Acts of the Apostles and in the days of David. Let's get maybe a few more. Let's go to 2 Kings, chapter 11, and let's read 1. We'll get a few more. 2 Kings, chapter 11 and 1.
2 Kings chapter 11 and verse number 1. And when Athaliah, the mother of Ahaziah, saw that her son was dead, she arose and destroyed all the seed royal.
So this wicked mother, she's destroyed all of the seed royal, meaning all of the men that are next in line to be king. All of the sons. Go on.
But Jehoshaphat, the daughter of the king, Jerome, sister of Ahaziah, took Joash, the son of Ahaziah, and stole him from among the king's sons, which were slain. And they hid him, even him and his nurse, and the bedchamber from Athaliah, so that he was not slain.
So this woman was on point, man. You got sisters that are on point, man.
Right.
And she made a quick judgment and a decision to save the king's son, man. Right? Her mind, she had her wits. Right? Go on.
Verse 3. And he was with her hid in the house of the Lord 6 years. And Athaliah did reign over the land.
So she preserved the whole seed of David. What a righteous move. You got righteous sisters in the Bible, man. Right? Go on. Nobody told her to do that, man. Right? Read on.
In the 7th year, Jehoiada sent and fetched her nurse over hundreds.
So I can fetch the rulers.
Slide. And fetched the rulers over hundreds with the captains and the guard, and brought them to him into the house of the Lord, and made a covenant with him.
What the army do?
And made a covenant with him. And took an oath of them in the house of the Lord, and showed them the king's son.
Now, Jehoiada did this with the top men. These were men of integrity. They had to have been men of integrity and men of honor. And these are the days when people were selling out to the queen, right? The prophets were being killed, and you had a few good men that Jehoiada, the priest, he took them into a room and made an oath with them, man. Right? Made a promise to them, man. So these have to be men that can hold their water, keep a secret, keep things amongst themselves, man. These were men of honor, reputation, and prestige, man. Top men of the Most High, man. right? And he knew, he pulled these men out, man. One by one. Now, I can't tell this guy. This guy can't come. This guy can't make it. He can't hold his water. He's not going to be there, right? These were top men that the priest could discern who could hold. This is a big deal right here. This is top secret information that the king is still left alive. If word get out, everybody's going to die. Right, so let's read on.
Reading on in verse 5.
And he made them swear. They had an oath, man. This is what men could keep their word in the army, man. I'm going to be there, man. I got your back, man. Something fall out, I'm going to be there, man. These are the days when armies and soldiers could keep their word and you believed it, man. Read on.
And he commanded them, saying, this is the thing that ye shall do.
Here's some organization going on. Read on.
A third part of you that enter in on the Sabbath shall even be keepers of the watch of the king's house.
Third part of you going to watch over the king's house.
And a third part shall be at the gate of sword, and the third part at the gate behind the guard. So shall ye keep the watch of the house.
So shall you what?
So shall you keep the watch of the house.
What do we have to do in the last days?
So shall you keep the watch of the house.
That it what?
That it be not broken down.
That it be not broken down, man. This is what we have to do in the last days, man. Keep the watch of the house. And they got to be organized, man. And they have to move on one accord. And they have to have their eyes open and their ear to what's going on. And they have to protect the king, huh? They wasn't protecting themselves, man. They weren't thinking about themselves. They were thinking about the kingdom and the seed of David, man. Now, if these men didn't do their job, you wouldn't have the next king in line, man. You wouldn't have Joseph. You wouldn't have Yahushua. Now, all things are the Lord. But think about it. These men preserved the bloodline of the kings of Judah, right? Because they had integrity. They could keep their word. Men believed they could keep their word, and they kept watch, man. Go on.
Verse 7.
And you had no strife. Well, how come I got to watch from the back of the house? And how come I can't go up there on the Sabbath? I want to go. No, they did what they had to do. Come on. Read on.
Verse 7. And 2 parts of all you that go forth on the Sabbath, even they shall keep watch of the house of the Lord about the king.
Right.
And ye shall compass the king round about, every man with his weapons in his hand.
What do we have to do?
Every man with his weapons in his hand.
Every man with your weapons in your hands, man. Right? That's your Bible, your Apocrypha, the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. Go on.
And he that cometh within the ranges, let him be slain.
What does that mean? He that cometh within the ranges.
Yeah.
He get too close, cut him down, man. Don't ask no questions. What are you doing? Where'd you come from? Who sent you? Kill him. He come too close, you don't trust him. Kill him, cut him down, man. You say, these the days we in, man. These the days we in. These demons, these evil spirits, they get too close, cut them down, man. You at camp, you hold a post, somebody get too close to the Rangers, and you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta hold it down, man. Every brother has to keep watch. Don't let nobody, if somebody penetrate the camp, man, and you hold a post, brother's gonna be pissed, man.
Right.
Everybody gonna be mad at you, man. If you got caught on your phone and saying the word, you get caught lacking, man. Your head in the skies, you got women up there, doing God knows what out there, man, and seducing you and freaking off, and your days off, and this brother called you. Is that a cardinal or is that an eagle? I think that's a raven. Look at that ant. The Lord said the ant should always be working. And your mind ain't right, man. Your mind ain't right, man. If you're not tapped in the spirit, you could compromise everybody's health, man. Brothers got wives and children, man. Brothers still got stuff they got to do, man. Brothers still got things they got to take care of, man. You don't want to overthrow the work of the Most High with the lack of focus, man. They told these men straight up and down, if they come in ranges, kill them, cut them down, no questions, come. This is how armies move, man. They know when matters are weighty, man. And they can focus in weighty matters, man. That's like a 2-minute warning. Football. You need the right men on the field, man. You need people that ain't going to throw up in the huddle. You need people that can remember the play, and them plays coming in hot, man. Right? And these are plays, they create plays just for the 2-minute warning. What am I supposed to run? A go route or am I supposed to block? You get on the line like, damn, what am I supposed to be doing? You can overthrow it. I played with people like that, man. Why you play sports with people like that, man? Oh, I thought I was supposed to be doing this. Was it pick and roll or a give and go? Right? Brother overthrew the whole team, man.
Blow it.
You had J.R. Smith who played for the Cavaliers. He caught the rebound. I think he went the other way.
Yeah, tripping.
Was that the finals?
Yeah.
That was the finals. That wasn't an exhibition, regular old preseason. That was the finals, man. And that one, I don't think that was game 1. That was like game 6 or something like that. Yeah, that was a big deal, man.
It was terrible.
You have to be focused in war, man. You got to be focused. You got to know what's going on. Read that again. And read verse number 8. Come on.
And ye shall compass the king round about, every man with his weapons in his hand. And he that cometh within the ranges, let him be slain.
Let him be what?
Let him be slain.
Most I ain't playing. Read.
And be ye with the king as he goeth out, and as he cometh in.
Which means you gotta follow him, huh? If the king goes to the bathroom, you gotta be by the bathroom, huh? If you want to go look at the trees, you gotta be there looking at the trees, man. You're everywhere where the king is, man. You always tapped in, man. You can't be half asleep. Oh, damn, where the king go, man? Because the king was young. He wasn't 50 years old.
Right.
He was 7, like the brother said. You a bodyguard babysitting the king of Judah, man. Of the seed of David. So you had to be focused. You was eating with the king, man. You weren't seeing your woman like that, man. You weren't spending time with your children. Wherever the king was, you was there, man. He didn't say, okay, you get 10 days off. Okay, you go with your woman and your children. Okay, you come back, and if the king is still there, then all praises. Thank the Most High. No, you was always with the king, man. Right, read that part again, and be ye with the king.
And be ye with the king.
What the Lord say?
And be ye with the king.
Now, what does that mean spiritually?
Always be
Always be with Yahushua, man. Go to Revelation, the 14th chapter. These are they that follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. Right? Get that Revelation chapter 14 and read verse number 4.
Revelation chapter 14 and verse number 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb.
Which do what?
Which follow the Lamb. Whithersoever he goeth.
Right?
These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb.
You see that, man? So you have to follow the king, and it's going out and it's coming in, man. And it can't be about you. It's always about the king. It's always about Yahushua. It's always about the Most High, man. It's about discipline, knowing your ranges, knowing your boundaries, knowing your work, taking instruction. This is how you organize, maintain, and build an army. Come? Let's go to 2 Samuel. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 18 and 10.
2 Samuel chapter 18.
Read 1. Then we're going to jump down.
And verse 1. And David numbered the people that were with him, and set captains of thousands and captains of hundreds over them. And David sent forth a third part of the people under the hand of Joab, and the third part under the hand of Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, Joab's brother, and the third part under the hand of Attai, the Gittite. And the king said unto the people, I will surely go forth with you, myself also.
Right, it's time for war. He divided the army up, and he said, I'm going to war with y'all. Right, go on.
Verse 3.
Now this is the war. Oh, let's read on. We're going to read on.
But the people answered, Thou shalt not go forth, for if we flee away, they will not care for us. Neither if half of us die, will they care for us. But now thou art worth than 10,000 of us. Therefore now it is better that thou succor us out of the city.
Right, so they told David. Now David's the king. And they told David, you're not going to war with us, man. Right, let's see David's humility. Read on. Because they told David, remember David was getting old. Right, and they said you're worth more than all of us. If they're going to come right after you, and it's going to discourage and destroy the whole army. Read on.
Verse 4. And the king said unto them, What seemeth you best, I will do.
What seemeth you best, I will do. You have to take counsel in the midst of war, man. You might have a whole game plan, but you might have to adjust. We had the whole camp spot lined up, but when we went there, I mean, it was unprofitable. Right? It was dark, it was nobody there, and we had to adjust, man. We can't just say, well, it is what it is. Let's not make any adjustments. Let's not call it. You got to call the audible. You get to the line of scrimmage, they're doing a blitz, and you might have to come up from under center, man. You might do a shotgun empty and do what you got to do, man. You have to learn how to call the audible and adjust, man. Right? Even if you think you got something lined up. David thought this whole thing was lined up. The people told him that's not a good idea. David is the king, but he's a servant. He said, what seems to be best, I'm going to do. Now read on.
Reading on. And the king stood by the gate side, and all the people came out by hundreds and by thousands.
This is a military march. When you watch the Moabites and they be doing the military parades, that's what they get it from, huh? When they're coming out by the thousands, and they're coming out with the marchers, and they're coming out with the tanks, they get it from the Bible, huh? We were coming out by the hundreds of thousands and by the tens of thousands. Read on.
And the king commanded Joab and Abishai and Ittai, saying, deal gently for my sake with the young man, even with Absalom. And all the people heard when the king gave all the captives charge concerning Absalom.
He said, deal gently. In this battle, you might run across my son. Don't kill him. I need to talk to him. That's my son. I love him. You can take him captive. You kill who's around him. But when you get him, don't kill him. Right. Or when you get him, don't kill him. God? And everybody heard it. Everybody heard it. And he made sure everybody heard it. And sometimes you got to do that, man. You got to do that sometimes, man. You got to give a brother instruction in front of everybody sometimes. So everybody can hold them accountable, man. This is such a dire situation where he had to do this. This wasn't an everyday thing. But at this moment, it was such a weighty matter. David made the decision, everybody need to hear this, man. So it puts more fear in the captains to make sure that things get done the right way. Come. Now let's jump down to verse 10. Let's see what happened.
Verse 10. And certain men saw it, and told Joab, and said, behold, I saw Absalom hanged in the oak.
He said, I saw your chief enemy hanged in the oak. He got caught. His hair got caught in the boughs of the tree. Read on.
And Joab said unto the man that told him, and behold, thou sawest him. And why didst thou smite him there to the ground?
Why didst thou not smite him there to the ground? But how come you didn't kill him? Go on.
And I will have given thee 10 shekels of silver and a girdle.
What the hell does that have to do with anything, man? I thought David said deal gently with him. But one of the captains came out and said to his soldier, how come you didn't defy the orders of God and David and kill Absalom, man? He said I would have paid you. Right? A girdle. Right? And shekels of silver, man. So you might be in war. You might be in the midst of battle. This is called insubordination. This is insubordination. That's like you at camp, and if a brother asks you, look, I need y'all, you got to do this or go on a flying mission, hold post right here and travel there and get that from the car, and you deviate from the plan, man. To do your own thing, man. Right? And you compromise everything. You overthrow, and you do it out of your own lust, man. Right? So that might, I've never been in, brother's been in the military here? No, brother. Insubordination, what might happen?
Oh, you can lose your stripes, you can lose some money. Hey, if it's worse, probably get put in the brig.
Put in the brig, man. That's the prison, right? Throw you in the prison, military prison, man. They don't play around out there, man. Right? So read on.
Verse number 12. And the man said unto Joab, though I should receive a 1,000 shekels of silver in my hand, yet will I not put forth my hand against the king's son. For in our hearing.
He was attentive to instruction. He was tapped in. He said, for an hour hearing, he was there. For an hour hearing.
For an hour hearing, the king charged thee and Abishai and Ittai, saying, beware that none touch the young man Absalom.
That's a good soldier right there, man. That's the Lord said, let not what? The reverence of any man cause you to fall, man. That's the 4th chapter, man. If a brother tells you to go off and against the will of the Most High and the commandment, you got to check that brother, man. Fear no man's persons, man. Now, Joab was intimidated. He was the general, man. He was the top man under David, man. And he could have said, he could have conformed and folded under pressure, man. And sinned against the Most High, man. He said, I don't care how much money you want, man. Right? David said, don't do it. I'm not going to do it. And you heard it too, man. Stop playing with it. That's what he said, man. Let's read on.
Verse 13.
Now, he's a soldier. But he stood up for righteousness, man. This is called having integrity. Good soldiers have integrity. Read on.
Verse 13. Otherwise, I should have wrought falsehood against my own life. For there was no matter here from the king, and thou thyself wouldst have set thyself against me.
He said, you would have turned against me. When it came down to who killed him, you would have said, this man did it, and I told him not to do it. It was his fault. He deserved death. So, what does that say about Joab? He's off. His grimy. His soldiers know he's grimy. They know he's off. Right? He's a snake, right? They knew about Abner, right? Word got out, soldiers talk. Soldiers talk. When they, you might not be there, but soldiers do talking too, man. All right, they be doing their own thing amongst each other, man. They might know some things. They might not vocalize it, but they say some things, man. Right? So they heard about Abner. They heard about Amasa, and Amasa, man. They heard about these things. They ain't come out and saying and overthrow it. David knew about it. I said, you damn demon, you would have turned yourself against me. Bring it up, King.
I was about to say, because you're right, the soldiers do talk, just like the Hebrews was talking about Moses.
Yeah, it's about Moses.
Slave me like we did at Egypt.
Right. You heard what Moses did, huh? Jake talk, man. Jake talk, man. Right? And brothers might not be privy to every matter, man. And brothers might have a perception about you in time of war. And you want that to be a good perception. You don't want to be known as the brother, like the brother said, grimy, can't be trusted. You're going to be dysfunctional to the army of the Most High God. So be a brother that can be trusted in time of war. Now let's get two more. Let's go to 1 Maccabees, chapter 5 and 63. Right?
1 Maccabees, chapter 5, and verse number 63. And it reads, verse number 63.
1 Maccabees 5 and 63.
1 Maccabees chapter 5 and verse 63. Howbeit, the men of Judas and his brethren were greatly renowned
Right?
in the sight of all Israel and of all the heathen, whatsoever the name was heard of.
So these men was famous for doing what? The work of the Most High. For slaying the heathen, enlarging the boundaries, and restoring the nation of Israel. Right. They had a whole dynasty established. And the so-called white man refuses to talk about the Maccabees. He won't make a movie about this. He'll do Noah's Ark 15 for the 15th time. He'll do Moses for the 20th time. He'll do Samson. You said what? Passion of the Christ, Volume 2, Volume 3. Right? The Life of Daniel. Right? The Life of Ruth. They got a Netflix series, Ruth, man. Ruth the Moabite or whatever, man. But they won't do this, man. They ain't gonna make a movie a bunch of so-called, because they gotta cast the characters. Which one of y'all want to be slain? Right, by the Negroes, man. Right, we'll pay you. They're not gonna take that, man. Right, but let's read on. So Judas and his brothers was famous. Read on.
Verse 64. And as much as the people assembled unto them with joyful acclamation.
So the people was praising the brothers for doing their work, right? Go on.
Afterward, when Judas fought and his brother, and fought against the children of Esau and the land toward the south, where he smote Hebron and the towns whereof, he poured down the fortress of it, and burnt the towers thereof round about.
It was giving these Edomites hell, man. Read on.
From thence he removed to go into the land of the Philistines, and passed through Samaria,
Killing everybody. Military conquest. Let's see what happened.
At that time, certain priests, desirous to shew their valor,
They were desirous to show their valor.
were slain in the battle, for that they went out to fight
Unadvisedly, man. Read 67 one more time. Don't be like these priests.
Right.
In the time of war. Don't ruin a good thing, man. You got a good thing going, and you just got to make a name for yourself, man. You just got to be seen. Just got to be famous. Just want to go viral. A lot of people just want to go viral.
Yeah.
You want to be a controversial.
Right.
You want your name stirred up in the pot.
Right.
You want to be on TV. You want to be on CNN. You want to be on these podcasts, man. Right? You want to be on No Jumper.
Yeah.
What's the other one that be smoking weed in your face? 85 smoke. You want a blunt smoke in your damn face, man. Vlad TV, man. Drink champs, man.
Man.
You know? What is it? DJ TV? Right, and that one too, man.
cheese.
Right, say cheese, man. Right? You want to be the most famous Israelite in the world, man? Read 63 one more time. I mean 67. Come on.
67. At that time, certain priests.
No, all the priests.
Certain priests.
Certain priests.
Desirous to shew their valor, were slain in battle. For that they went out to fight unadvisedly.
They went out to fight unadvisedly. That's like all of us right here now for the Sabbath service. You got 4 brothers at camp right now. I ain't going to the Sabbath service. The hell with that. I saw Tazama, he was shaking the hand, and I saw that Chicago video. I could be just like that, man. Right? And I saw the TikTok, and then the brothers in Chicago went viral, man. I want to go viral. The hell with the Sabbath service, man. I can't learn nothing any damn way, man. I'm going to Bourbon Street, and we're going to shake the hand, we're going to go viral, man. Next thing you know, we get slain, man. Thrust through, downtrodden, locked up, killed, confounded over certain precepts and doctrines, ran down on, chased out the land, man. Now you're going viral, getting chased on foot. You might got a GoPro chasing you on foot. You turn around, you see the WFI logo, fall down to the sword, and get punched in his damn mouth, man. Then what we going to do, man? He take his Bible, rip it, and throw it out. Bring it out. Wow. Yeah, running them down, man. Yeah. He told me to shut that camera off, man. Right? Smack his Bible out of his hand. Do not go out unadvisedly. God. That's what we have order. Part of organizing an army goes back to having officers, captains, soldiers, lieutenants, priests. We have rank and structure. Follow order and don't go out unadvisedly, or you can overthrow everything. Go to Judges chapter 12 and 1. Right? So part of organizing an army is knowing also that you're doing this not for you. It's not about you getting a name for yourself. How do you want a name for yourself? The Most High didn't even get his name yet. America not destroyed yet. The Lord said, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. The Lord's name ain't declared throughout all the earth, man. Still hearing Yahweh and sweet Jesus and Mother Nature and the universe and karma and who's them so-called gods, brothers saying, oh God, and all this madness, man. People still give credit to false gods, man. You want to get a name before your Awashad get a name, man. It says a lot about you as a man. Now the Lord said in Zephaniah the 3rd chapter, I'm going to get them praise and fame in every land where they've been put to shame, man. So you have to wait on the Most High, man. And you shouldn't be doing this for praise and fame anyway. You should be doing this out of sincerity. Because you love the Most High, you love your Awashad, and you love your brother. Let's get Judges 12 and 1.
That's the book of Judges, chapter 12 and verse 1. And the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together and went northward and said unto Jephthah, wherefore passest thou over to fight against the children of Ammon? And didst not call us to go with thee? We will burn thine house upon with fire.
We're going to burn your damn house down, man. The children of Ephraim, they were hotheads, man. Right? They were too zealous. You didn't want to call me to help me, I'm going to burn your house down. Bloodthirsty, man. Right? Going up, this is off. Not saying good job on the victory. Call on Yahweh Shmi Abashai. You overthrew the enemies. How was the battle? How was the war? Oh, you didn't call me to the war, I'm going to kill you and your family. Read on. Now, Jephthah is from the tribe of Manasseh, and these are the children of Ephraim. Let's read on.
And Jephthah said unto them, I and my people were at great strife with the children of Ammon. And when I called you, ye delivered them not out of their hands.
Right.
And when I saw that ye delivered me not, I put my life in my hands and passed over against the children of Ammon, and the Lord delivered them in my hand. Wherefore, then are ye come up unto me this day to fight against me?
Right, what's the big deal? What are you coming to fight against me for? Read.
And Jephthah gathered together all the men of Gilead and fought with Ephraim.
And did what?
And fought with Ephraim.
See this, man? See how what can destroy an army, man? This is one nation, man. Over a small matter. Because you didn't call them to the battle. Now you gather your army to fight against them. These are your brothers, man. And nobody's supposed to be closer than Ephraim and Manasseh. It's supposed to be real tight, man. Don't let small matters Trivial matters overthrow the army of the Most High. Come. Some stuff you got to get over. You got to turn the other cheek. You got to let go, like the brother said. You got to take the wrong. You got to forgive. This thing is bigger than your own emotions. This is emotional right here. This is emotional. Read on.
Reading on. And the men of Gilead smote Ephraim, because they said, yea, Gileadites are fugitives of Ephraim among the Ephraimites and among the Manassites.
Is that worth killing them, man? For saying what you over here for? This is like gangbang. Right? You in this land, you're supposed to be in this land. Right? Or you in that land, you're supposed to be in this land. Is that worth killing your own brothers for, your own army, man? Right? Read on.
Verse 5. And the Gileadites took the passages of Jordan before the Ephraimites. And it was so that when those Ephraimites which were escaped said, let me go over, that the man of Gilead said unto him, art thou an Ephraimite?
No, are you an Edomite?
Art thou an Ephraimite?
That's sad, man. You an Ephraimite? Right? My brother? Sure ain't my tribe. Right? Go on.
If he said nay, then say they unto him, say now, Shibboleth. And he said, Sibboleth.
Because they had that, tribes have different accents. Like it's different kind of Spanish too, right? Cuban Spanish ain't the same as Puerto Rican Spanish. Mexican Spanish ain't the same as other Spanishes. Right? So their accents kind of show where they was from. This is gangbanging, huh? He said, read that again, read verse 6.
And they said unto him, say now, Shibboleth. And he said, Sibboleth, for he cannot frame to pronounce it right. Then they took him and slew him at the passages of Jordan. And there fell at that time of the Ephraimites 42,000.
No, just one guy.
42,000.
Over Shibboleth and Sibboleth.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Right, man. Over Shibboleth and Sibboleth, man. This how armies are destroyed, man. Over folly, trivial matters, man. Things that can easily just be passed over, man. Shibboleth and Sibboleth, man. Next time you with it with your brother in the army, ask, is this a weighty matter, man? Is this something worth entertaining? Is it every matter don't got to get brought up, man? You don't have to bring your brother to counsel for every small thing, man. Right? The brother, he stepped in my shoe, and I told the brother that if you do that, a matter of folly, man. He was supposed to bring the chicken feast day, but the brother told me he was going to bring it, but he brought roast beef instead. It doesn't matter, man. Right? It doesn't matter. The brother picked up my son. I told him, don't pick up my son. It's my son, not his. Let it go, man. You got matters that are small and that are full of folly, but if you entertain that and give demons into it, it can overthrow the whole army. Come? Do not overthrow the army with folly. Come? We got greater things to worry about than Shibboleth and Sibboleth, man. We got small matters. We're at war right now. Jacob's trouble draws nigh, man. You have brothers still in Israel fighting over small, trivial matters. And shalom and shalom. Right? You wear fritters on your shirt, I wear them on my pants. You're wicked, you're going to hell. Right? You wear mitres, I don't wear mitres. The Lord not dealing with you. Right? All manner of confusion, huh? So even in the ancient world, you had these civil wars amongst each others that were overthrowing the armies of the Lord. Right? Let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14 and 40.
1 Corinthians, chapter 14, and verse number 40.
Right?
Let all things.
No, some things.
Let all things.
Even war.
Let all things.
Even battles.
Let all things.
Let all things. Everything we went over. Let all things
be done decently and in order.
Let all things be done decently and in order. Camp, your family, the brotherhood, the structure, as the army of the Most High, let all things be done decently and in order. And with that, Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala. Shalom.